Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. This is the Transformers Earthrise Deluxe Class Quintesson Allicon. Yes, from Wave 2. You can see him there in his Gator mode. We'll put that off to the side. And yeah, we'll talk about this box real quick. Yep, there once again, Earthrise box as usual. Transformers logo, generations, all that stuff. You got the nice bit of the artwork of the Allicon there. You got, of course, a Quintesson symbol and Galvatron there. The usual line-wide artwork. The manufacturer and barcode and all that stuff down there, and of course product shots and in noticeably different colors, and warnings and all that stuff on the back of the box. In the box, of course, you have the instructions, which, yep, pretty straightforward, not difficult to figure out. You also have the little red decoder thing, because on the insert there is, of course, a little bit of the map, which this one has a couple things. You got Gigantion and Junkion, both right there, and like a bunch of stuff meeting right there. Yeah, bunch of things. So, ooh, on that. It's another piece of the map. Anyway, the Allicon. Yes, the guy from the 86 movie. You can see, yeah, he's a little different of interpretation here. He's a little more, not right. I don't want to say upright, but his legs are work a little different than a lot of interpretations. You can see he's mostly gray, green, some purple bits right here, a little bit light blue, red eyes. His teeth are picked out in like a tan color, some silver here on his legs. His arms are gray. All this stuff right here, this particular shade of gray is that softer plastic, so you don't, no kids gouge their eyes out or anything, because that would be terrible. Yeah, you also got the nice ridges down here along the back and whatnot. You got some ports here and there, but yeah. Pretty much more or less what you'd expect from an Allicon for the most part. I guess maybe some people would expect something more flat, but I think it looks good, other than, yeah, you got the robot mode fist just kind of chilling out back here. It's a shame, they didn't have any sort of like hideaway mechanism or anything for this guy. But he does have some posability here. You can open his mouth like that. You can't really make him look up any higher than this because of it is. You can't make him look down either. You can open his mouth here. You can open it out there, so you can give him a real huge thing. And you can see red right here inside there. So you got that. His arms can swivel on that joint. He technically has a waist joint, but it's kind of limited due to how he's transformed, so he's got about that much range. He's got hips, which are the same as robot mode hips, so they got forward and back, and they start banging and stuff though because of how it's transformed. You got outward that far. You have knees. They actually, can go bend quite a bit further than that. You got quite a bit of range on the knees, actually. And you got this actual kind of an odd forward tilt, and that's, I guess for this mode, it's not really explained at all. And you got, side to side tilt to about that range there. There you go. Yeah, you got some options for how to, pose them a bit. Not a whole lot, but some. I guess technically you can do that with the tail, although that's not really a posability joint so much as just a benefit of one other feature I'll get into in robot mode. Yeah, he also comes with his little staff, little pokey staff spear thing, which he can hold in this mode, which is nice. It's a little loose, but yeah, you can hold it like that with one hand, one or the other, if you want. You also, if you want, store it on the back. There's a little slot here, which can go on either one of these two tabs on the back here, and you can store it in this mode like that if you want. So do what you will. Yeah, I guess this is a point of comparison. Here he is with the Quintesson Judge, and the Titans Return and Sharkticon. See, they look pretty good together. More or less. The Sharkticon might be not quite the correct colors, but I think they look really good together, all else things considered. They all look Quintesson-y, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, so transformation. This guy's transformation is actually pretty easy. What you want to do here is take these arms, and move them back like that. They don't really lock into place or anything. They just kind of rest in this spot. And then go ahead and kind of straighten out the legs a bit like this. Just a bit, just to get them out of the way. And then this part, you want to untab this right here. This whole bit right here, you want to untab that. And then bring the legs down further and then bring this head down like this. It'll come on the back. And this will also kind of start raising the robot mode head up a bit. You're also doing that. Before you fully do it, you want to go ahead and take this waist, move it around like that, this little waist flap right here, move that up, rotate the waist around like this, and then move this back down. This then will go more against the back, and this will help keep the head up. And take this piece right here, and right here at this swivel joint, you want to rotate that around, and then collapse it onto the back like that. Helps hide the shark head thing, or alligator head. Then you go ahead and rotate the fists right here, untab them from the side, bring them down, and yep, you now have the Allicon in his robot mode. Yeah, pretty simple transformation. He's also kind of squat, but he's also chunky, if that makes any sense. So, in the Deluxe Club price, he's kind of on the smaller end of things, but not too bad. He's got a lot of chunk. And yeah, this piece right here, this tail piece, does come separate in the box. It's right here. It's this right here is it's separated. This part, you just pop it on. It's just a simple double mushroom pig we're lift. You just pop it on. There you go. It's nice and secure. And so yeah, I guess it also fits in the box better because he is kind of got a better backpack, but he's supposed to. Yeah. Yeah, right here you got some silver showing up, some more purple, the green waist things. Again, the kind of the one I'm not myself. This kind of more of a gunmetal right here on the shins and stuff. He's got his faceplate, which is light blue with red eyes, the purple and silver face mask thing. Yeah, yeah, I actually like this guy in his robot mode quite a bit. His Allicon mode is kind of like, it's not totally accurate, but I'm kind of okay with it. It still looks properly monstrous. But I really like this guy. He's just real hench-looking. He literally looks like a literal henchman. And I like that. It does cheat with the transformation because the head's on the back, and yeah, in the cartoon, in the original movie, the head folded down into there, and that's why there's this purple stripe here, because it's, you know, the same purple stripe on the head. But I don't mind it so much. Like, you know, they are working with, you know, a deluxe price budget, so they got to work with that. But I think he works. They cheated a bit, but they made it work. I do like him as he stands. And again, spear can be held in these fists. That's a little bit of a tighter grip than the other one, and you know, although it's not long enough to reach the ground if he does that, and yeah, so you can do that. And yes, he can actually, if you can pose him the right way, he can, you know, double grip this thing. So you kind of limits the posability, but he can do it. So, you know, if you want specific poses with both hands on the spear, you can do that, which is nice that you can do that. Again, of course, yeah. Store this back here in that tab if you want. The other thing is this part right here. This can just unpeg, and hey, look, he's a little blade, so he can hold this little thing in his hand. Also notice on mine, the right hand is kind of got a loose grip, unfortunately. It holds it, but it doesn't take much to make it come out. Whereas the left hand, dead solid. Yeah, that extends to the spear as well, I believe. Yeah, the spear, it will hold, like particularly right here, but it's noticeably looser than on this hand. So there's a little bit of a, just tiny bit of a slop there, I guess, in the joints and stuff. But yeah, this, you know, if you want to have a little blade thing that's there, and once again, just, it's a peg, so just, there's a little peg hole right there, and just pegs in like that. There you go. Weapons. Posability. His head is on a, I believe it's a ball joint, but it can go left and right, but because of it's at a weird angle, it can go left and right a bit, and this is also bendy plastic. You can look up, kind of look down a tiny bit, but you go up a lot. But yeah, because of where it is though, whenever it looks left and right, you get that much limitation, or it starts to rotate and weird, and that you can get it to go that far, but then it's kind of forced. You can't make it go looking down further down. So there is that. So just watch out for that limitation there. Shoulders though, move full range there, outward that far before that peg hole unfortunately kind of stops it. The peg hole wasn't there to be fine, but as is, well, there's that. You got a bicep swivel. elbow joint, which is kind of high up, but yeah, it still works. Full 90 degrees there. You got the wrist swivel. He has a waist joint, but it's kind of limited due to his backpack. And the waist skirt has to go up, but yeah, it goes about that far before it bangs in the backpack. If you move it out a bit, it will, unfortunately, that'll start making his head sink, so yeah, good luck with that. Hips though, forward, back again, kind of limited, but you know, if you move them out a little bit, you go pretty far back actually. Outward about that far. Yeah, you got actually quite a bit. You know, they would go up higher if it wasn't for this waist skirt. Thigh swivel, although mine are really tight and have that weird thing where I think the mushroom peg itself has some mold flash on it, so it kind of has those weird points where it wants to stop. Knee, just a little over 90 degrees right there. You also can bend it forward a little bit. Still has these side-to-side ankle tilts about that far, and he's got this forward tilt, which can help with some poses, but yeah. Yeah, actually pretty posable little dude. He's not cliff jumper small, but he's also not like, I don't know, as tall as Hoist or anything. But he's also got a fairly dense amount of plastic. He's not hollow or anything. He's a fairly dense guy, which is good. And a real quick comparison as well. Again, Quintus on Judge. And the Sharkticon, but in robot mode. Again, look pretty well good together. Overall, they clearly share a very similar aesthetic and everything, and they work really well. I feel this is about right for these characters or toys or whatever. Yeah, I rather like this guy. He's kind of a surprise for me. I wasn't sure how much to like him, but you know, particularly once I found out, I was like, wow, his transformation is kind of simple. But honestly, he just kind of works for me. I just genuinely think he's a fun little guy. Yeah, I think he's one of the more solid ones of Wave 2. What was it? Wave 2's got this one, RC, Airwave, and was it Smokescreen supposed to be Wave 2, or was he pushed to Wave 3? Anyway, I feel this is one of the stronger ones of Wave 2 I have so far. I'm not getting RC. I'm getting the Medic with Ratchet later down the line. But I like this guy, and I was kind of pleasantly surprised by him. He kind of cheats with his transformation, which might put off some people, but honestly, he's kind of a fun little guy because his transformation is so simple. He's kind of fun to just kind of keep going back and forth and everything. And when I get the Studio Series Cup down the line, yeah, you know, kind of have to offer energon goodies, and that gonna go backfire and all that stuff. Because, yeah, I mean, he's solid. I mean, yeah, he cheats a bit, but you know, he hides the head pretty well and under the tail he's supposed to have. So, yeah, I think he works. I really rather like this guy, and his colors work and everything. He's just fun. He's just kind of that fun little bit, yeah. So yeah, if you're getting Quintessons and stuff, and you're doing, maybe if you want more guys, you got that pit or whatever that I didn't bother getting. Hey, yeah, go for it. He's a fun toy. He's just generally kind of fun. You know, right size for the deluxe, and you know, he thinks he's the right price and everything. He's just fun. Go out and get him. He's been appearing in stores. Hasbro Pulse has him. A lot of the online stores. I think Targets and Walmarts are starting to get him too, if I recall correctly. But yeah, he's fun. Go for it. Why not? I think that's just stuff for someone, yeah, unless you just really hate transformations that cheat or think he's too small or something, which, okay, fine, I guess. But I rather like him, and I would definitely recommend him. So that's it. I hope you like this. You know, found informative and entertaining. I hope you like, comment, subscribe, and all that stuff. Check out my Twitter. I'm at Nemesis Prime 1. I'll often post pictures there or whatnot, or just talk about Transformers stuff in general or other things. You can also check out my Patreon and Coffee. Those are things that are, you know, linked in the video in the description, all that stuff if you want. So I hope to see you next time with another video review.